There is fire on the mountain. President Donald Trump has replied to the president of China. China is celebrating their 80 years victory day, which is ending of the Second World War between China and Japan, that Japan need to surrender to China. They are celebrating the 80 years anniversary, which happened on 1945 to 2025, making it 80 years. He invited a lot of dignitaries, world leaders from all over the world, including Putin, including Iranian president, and also the president of North Korea. During the celebration, he now brought out over 50,000 military parade. Not be small thing, no. Then he come bring out a lot of ammunition for the ones wey America never see before for their eye. Nigeria and bring come out to come dey parade and round the whole. Not be small thing, oh. And they see the military ammunition for them. Different missiles. People don't explain and they talk the kind of missiles. Those missiles wey be say you go free from Japan, go land. I'm sorry, you go free from China, go land for America. Nigeria call a display. He can't even make the worst statement that everybody now say that, oh, he is internationally threatening the peace of the Western world and also America. He said the world need to choose between war and peace. Of which Donald Trump did not find it funny because the demonstration and the way he invited Putin, North Korea president, and also Iran and other dignitaries too, that now made Donald Trump to reply. Because why? Donald Trump said it is a conspiracy against him. What did he say? He said, may President Xi and wonderful people of China have a great and lasting day of celebration. Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspires against the United States of America. So Donald Trump has told them that they are conspiring against the United States of America. America is now running eta-sketa, saying that, oh, what the president of China just did is demonstrating that it's not the world power. Because the kind of ammunition when he bring come outside, America said they don't get her. When come back Donald Trump and say, remember, say that war when you fight, when you tell win Japan. We the Americans was by your side and we support you and we fight the war. A lot of our military went down for that war, for you to win Japan. When come back Japan surrender, you never give no honor to our fallen militaries that fought for you to win that war with Japan. Now, you are not threatening us with a lot of, in fact, it is as if you can say ammunition. Hey, America said they don't get it. Now their own American answer that it's a threat to America because China is not trying to say that they are the world power. Of which they are. But before we continue, let's listen to what they are not saying. One of it, a lot of things they are saying in American television, everywhere. But this one interested me a lot. Let's listen to.
So let's bring in Melinda Herring, a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council's Eurasia Center, an international think tank. There's so much happening, Melinda. Good morning to you. The president wasting no time last night, and in the morning hours for China, calling this conspiring against the United States. Strong language for the president, who has expressed that he and leaders like President Putin and Xi are on the same page and friendly with one another. What do you make of all of this after those comments?
Hey, Nick, great to be with you. So some are calling this a coalition of the killing, not a coalition of the willing. And I think that's a clever way to express what's going on here. Today we've seen China flexing its muscles and showing off new weapons. And it's saying, look, we're modernizing. You got to take us seriously. But we see all of America's adversaries getting together and cooking up plans. And this is a very scary image. The relationship between Russia and North Korea and what they've managed to do over the last year in Ukraine is frightening. North Korea is, to put it mildly, not a good player on the international scene, and it's learned last year since it got really got in bed with the Russians in terms of its military technology. Who do you think that the North Koreans are going to use that technology against?
And talking about that technology, Melinda, many overseas, particularly the media, calling this a public push from the West as the leading nation. What other reaction do you expect from the White House?
So, Nick, I'm waiting to see if this tweet that you showed is a policy change. I think everyone in Washington is hopeful that this could be a policy change, but Donald Trump is an unusual president. He's not ideological, and it's really hard to figure out his foreign policy. So he's been really tough on Iran. He's talked a tough game on Putin, but he never follows through. He just blew through another 2-week deadline. After the Alaska summit, he said, give me 2 more weeks, and then I'm going to make a big announcement on Ukraine-Russia policy. There's no announcement. There's crickets from the White House. And we've seen other people in the Trump orbit say that he's frustrated with Putin and that he's going to start to flex America's muscle. We haven't seen that. We've also seen him be very friendly in weird, unusual ways with the leader of North Korea in his previous term. So, anything is possible with Donald Trump, but I think that the images we're seeing today from Beijing are scary. And we know that this administration is very focused on China and on countering Chinese influence and sees China as a threat. So I hope that this will wake them up and that they will announce some kind of very firm policy. But, again, anything is possible with Donald Trump.
Melinda, how can they settle this image of global leaders uniting in defiance of the United States to those uneasy Americans who are watching at home? Because you and I both know no one wants to be pulled into a potential conflict.
That's right. So the United States right now under Donald Trump is very focused on China. If you go to the Department of Defense, they're not focused on the war in Ukraine. They're not focused on Russia as an adversary. The top defense officials see China as the next threat to the United States, and that's what they're preparing for, Nick. But I would say to your viewers at home, the Russian threat is here and now. Those images we saw, cities burning, hospitals burning. Yesterday was 2 days ago was the first day of school in Ukraine, and we saw thousands of children underground, Nick. They're taking their classes in metro stations because Vladimir Putin is bombing Ukrainian cities. And even though Ukraine is 5,000 miles away, it affects us as Americans. If we don't stop Vladimir Putin in Ukraine, that war is going to come across Ukraine's borders into NATO territory where we're treaty bound to help them if Vladimir Putin were to attack. So I'd say for America's security, we got to end the war in Ukraine as soon as possible.
Melinda, quickly before I let you go, this parade with China, was that a win?
It's definitely a visual win. The big winner today, I think, is the leader of North Korea. He got on stage with China and Russia, and he looks like a big man. He's cuckoo, right? So he got to be on the world stage today and look like a major leader. It's definitely a visual win, and it should wake up America to say that China is modernizing in North Korea. All of our adversaries, Nick, are moving fast. Where are we? The Department of Defense is still thinking about how to integrate drones into its war strategy. Come on already. Let's speed this up. Our adversaries are not sleeping. Why are we?
Melinda Harry with a chilling message.
The three of them are conspiring against America. Like I said, it don't cash now. They're conspiring against America. And this is the first time the three of them are meeting in the past 66 years. They have not met. They have come together and are planning. What are they planning? They are planning that if any country attack Russia, China will defend, North Korea will defend, even Iran will join. You see, then if any country attack China, North Korea will join China, Russia will join China. That is their plan. So Donald Trump said, I know people are conspiring against America. It's not against the Europeans, no, it's against America. Donald Trump make it clear to them. He know people are doing conspiracy against America. We know very, very well. In fact, my instinct cannot lie. That this is why the three of you are together. And these three people went together. So, hey, if you see a general parade, military parade, weapon parade, I'm coming back with the latest. I'm coming back. But all of them,
baka. 20K, I want to the baka. 30K, I want to the baka. 40K, I want to the baka. 10K dollars, I want to the baka. 20K, I want to the baka. 30K, I want to the baka.